Let's get a preview of what to expect. We're now joined by Newzroom Afrika's Ziniko Mhlaba at Church Square. You're standing by to speak to Helen Zille. Good morning to you, Ziniko.
A very good morning to you, Dr. Zille. As you just said, we're coming to you live from Pretoria at Church Square. That's where, the first leg of the DA's festivities when it comes to launching their manifesto will be starting at. So it's a two-legged manifesto launch. It will start with a march from Church Square all the way to the Union buildings, and then the official proceedings of the manifesto will be taking place at the lawns of the Union building. So we have someone who's going to give us insights about, the decision to do or to launch the manifesto in this manner and here in Pretoria, and that's Madam Helen Zille, who has led the party for several years and made some great strides in terms of increasing the voters of the DA. Let's get a sense of Ms. Zille. Thank you very much for speaking to us. A very, very important but unique way of launching the DA manifesto ahead of the elections. Talk to us about your idea behind it and what is it that you seek to achieve.
Well, we're launching our plan to rescue South Africa. The DA is on a rescue mission. We've rescued the Western Cape. We've rescued many local authorities around South Africa from complete ruin. And now we want to start giving people the opportunity through their vote to rescue the rest of the country. And we're showing that symbolically by gathering here in Church Square in Pretoria, Tshwane. And we're gathering together to march to the Union buildings. It's a great South African tradition to march to the Union buildings. So we're doing that as well. And we are going to unveil our rescue plan for South Africa at the foot of the Union buildings.
All right. Now let's talk about the launch happening in Gauteng. Is there a specific reason why you are launching it here in Gauteng, specifically at the Union buildings? Are there any specific reasons?
Well, of course, the Union buildings are the seat of government. They're the seat of administrative government in South Africa. And the Union buildings are in Pretoria, which is in Tshwane, which is in Gauteng. And that is why we're here.
All right, just one last question. In terms of the targets of the DA generally, and I'm asking you now as one of the national leaders, in terms of the targets, what are you looking at, especially as someone who has led the DA and gained some votes for the DA in terms of improvement compared to your predecessor? So what is it that you are looking at this year?
Well, what we're looking at is the target set in our manifesto to create 2 million new jobs, to ensure that we end load shedding and now water shedding, tragically, to ensure that we eradicate corruption and cadre deployment, to ensure that we bring poverty to an end, to ensure that we triple the number of grade 4 learners who can read for meaning. That is our target, and our target is to serve South Africans if they want to rescue themselves.
In terms of voter percentages, what are we looking at?
Well, it depends on how many voters want to save South Africa. We're giving them the option. We're giving them the option of saving South Africa. How many will do the historically right thing and step up to the plate?
One very last question. How real is the possibility, or how's the DA considering the issue of a coalition government post the elections?
Well, we are masters of coalition governments. We started coalition governments long ago in the Western Cape. They've mostly been a success where we've had stable, reliable coalition partners. Unfortunately, that has not been the case in Gauteng. But that's why people have to enable the DA to grow, so we can be strong and stable and make coalitions work.
All right, Mr. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's Helen Zille, the former leader of the Democratic Alliance. Of course, she's still very much part of the leadership of the current DA top structures, talking to us about, the reason behind coming to Pretoria and actually launching the manifesto itself at the lawns of the Union buildings, but very interestingly saying that they are very open to a coalition government post the election. So you'll understand that the DA has been having some turbulences in terms of increasing the numbers when it comes to votes, especially post Helen Zille's period as the leader. Remember that she took over from Tony Leon and she increased the numbers of votes, and the DA gained more seats in the National Assembly. However, after her, things did not work as they would love to. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the DA leader leader will table to South Africans in terms of what is it they will be doing, differently compared to previous years. So it's a high-pressured election year, for all the parties, as we have seen the EFF launching its manifesto in KwaZulu-Natal, in Durban there, but we also know that the ANC will be heading to the coast to Durban to also launch its own manifesto. So we'll see how these manifestos will give us, insights on what is it that these top three parties have to offer South Africans through their manifestos. That's it from us here in Pretoria. It's back to you for now, Dino.